Hi. And welcome. Thanks for setting the lights up.
Yep. They've probably been on for too long.
I try to time, like, when I turn them on from how long, because I feel like my electrical job. I mean, I wrapped them heavy in electrical tape.
Yeah, we could probably use more surge protectors also.
Sure.
Rather than just one.
Of course. I was going to say in hindsight, but no, we're still in foresight right now.
Yeah.
We very much could prevent a big problem.
Yeah. There's one upstairs on the table that's just not being used, so.
Boy, howdy, if you could see the OSHA violations. Yeah, so there's 4 big industrial roof ceiling lights.
There is nothing in the lease that says we can't do this.
Real. Yes,
They never
100%.
said anywhere in there no podcast studios with sketchy industrial lighting.
That's true. It only said no podcast studios with legitimate lighting,
Yep.
so we're good. But they're in their heart, they're just open wires in the back of them.
Yeah.
But we put a damper on that and jerry rigged some extension cords to them. And then just, I had the like caps you're supposed to screw on to like make it legit, but the wires on there are too thick for the ones that I got. And I already went to the store.
Well, there's more than one way to skin a cat.
100%. Yeah. Real squared.
Yeah.
And so it's not a good example that I can see right now, but they are wrapped so heavily in electrical tape that because I was conscious of the fact during that this is how electrical fires start.
Yeah, for sure. We this is a good house. It's wired well. Like, I don't think anything's gonna happen. We haven't overloaded any outlets. Like, we have it spread out pretty well.
If it hasn't happened by now, I mean.
Yeah, and like they don't usually stay on for more than like 5 hours. You know, like, and I don't know how hot they get, but it doesn't seem like they get that hot.
I haven't noticed any temperature, but I have noticed that they do get louder.
Yeah, the buzz will definitely get louder. I've noticed that too. Like at the end of a recording session, it'll just be like,
Yeah. Yeah. And, that's probably due for an upgrade at some point.
It sounds like we're recording in a studio full of angry bees, and they're just like swarmed around us at every angle, like being like, if this podcast gets bad, we're going to come in, you know?
Yeah. I've been stung a few times.
Yeah, definitely.
But, it's good for the environment. Good for your allergies, I've heard. If you
Speaking
eat
of
honey.
the environment, I'd like to thank our pretty good sponsors.
The environment? You got the environment, dude?
Yep.
How did you swing the ecosystem?
Well, I've been traveling a lot lately, and
that
I've
makes
been
sense.
speaking to a lot of different aspects of ecosystem in general and environment, and they decided, like, hey, man, you've been pretty good to us. We're going to be pretty good to you. And they gave us some dirt.
Some dirt.
Some Georgia dirt.
It's giving
Some red Georgia
Jack
dirt.
Sparrow.
Yeah, so this is pretty
It's
sick
giving
little prize.
It's giving hack
Do you have a-
Sparrow
do you have a
because it's a
knife?
bag of dirt.
Do you have a knife?
I don't know.
The zip tie is too tight around the dirt.
The life I live, I don't know if I have a knife on me.
I flew this
How about
dirt.
a wine opener?
I flew this dirt on 2 airplanes through 3 states. And now you will see what this dirt looks like.
Yeah, let's get a glimpse.
I thought you might like it because it's super red.
It's some ginger sand.
It's ginger dirt. Ginger sand.
Yeah.
From
That's
the south, just like you.
Yeah,
Mr. Southern Gentleman.
Honestly, yeah. I guess if you think about it, technically, I am from the south.
Will you grab the volcano rock with the
Yeah.
shell?
They're married now. You can say.
Yeah, and we're gonna spice things up a little bit with some Georgia dirt, Georgia sand. That's Oregon meets Georgia right there. People thought that would never happen.
Orgia.
An orgy of orgia.
Jorgen.
Yep. And then that's also some cotton. Let me see that. That's Georgia cotton from last year. I can't reach. Can you grab that, please? Thank you. And this will be their little, we'll plant a seed. And this will be representative of the consummation of the marriage and Gorgie.
You want to get some water on that? Christen it up?
Well, let's get it off my notebook first before we do that. And then let's put the blanket on top so that
How
it
much
incubates
beer is soaked into that
the egg.
notebook? Be quiet.
That's my work notebook, so it's more coffee.
Oh, my bad.
All right, and I'll hold it up. And now you can, wait.
I mean, do you want to do it? These are all your resources.
Christen it with the water.
All right.
You're the ordained. Oh, nice. Yeah.
Now grow. Flourish.
All right. That's our sponsor.
Live long and prosper. Yeah, so these lights, they fucking, there's probably some exposed shit, but I feel like I wrapped them up pretty damn well in tape, if I'm being totally earnest.
This stuff looks like drugs from Mad Max.
Will you snort some?
No.
Why not?
Because there's probably dead armadillo juices in that.
So?
Well, that'll makes it. I'm afraid I'm gonna have a DMT trip.
You're afraid you'll like it too much?
Yeah. What if? And then I can't get any more until I go back to Georgia in a couple months.
Did you shave today?
Yes.
Nice, I can tell.
Thanks.
Oh, you shaved your eyes too. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I can see why you wouldn't want to snort dirt.
Speaking of the lights, I think the lights have given me astigmatism. I think I need glasses.
What's a stigma and stop calling me tism?
Stigma dig in your butt. That was off the top, dude.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah. Off the top of my head of my penis.
Nice,
into
dude.
your butt.
Oh.
Got him.
What are we? Half of a binary code because you're on one.
Oh, I like that one.
Do you?
That was kind of mysterious.
That sounded good.
That was like a murder mystery transition almost. Like,
what is this? Not Samson? Because that sounded good.
True dat, homeboy. Sorry, been in Atlanta for a little while.
You picked up some at lingo?
Yeah, so I saw an alligator in the wild for the first time.
Don't let me see that.
Yeah, no, don't read that anymore. I saw an alligator in the wild for the first time. Last time I was there was in November.
Yeah, you saw an alligator in the wild for the first time, and last time you were there, you were in November. Yeah? How was that?
Yeah, so last time in November, I went looking for alligators.
When you saw an alligator for the first time?
But I couldn't find any because it was too cold. So this time I rolled down to the pond there with some beer and like my phone and my notebook.
Now, for someone who's never been, is there just a pond of Atlanta that we all know about?
Oh, no, this is not in Atlanta. Sorry. This is the first night after last Wednesday. I got a U-Haul, packed up all the bike race stuff, and drove from Atlanta to Waynesboro, Georgia. And Waynesboro is about probably like 100 miles, or no, like probably 70 miles south of Augusta, like on the South Carolina border.
Augusta.
And it's like very rural, and there's a lot of cotton fields and old plantations and stuff like that. And it's known as the bird dog capital of the world.
Oh.
Because they do like the biggest bird dog trials there since like 1901 or something.
We used to have a bird dog.
What
we
kind
still also do have a bird dog.
Yeah, your dog currently is a setter.
Yeah. Yeah. Our last dog, Jenny, R.I.P. Follow her on Instagram. She doesn't post much at all. It's not a real Instagram page. She never had one. She died before, I graduated high school. So, anyways, Jenny, she died, but then now we have Belle. She's also an English setter.
Bella, I always thought Bella was going to get bigger, and she just never got very big.
No,
Very little dog.
no, but
She's
we
cute
also got
and fast, though.
we also got Lucy.
Oh, is that the golden retriever?
That's a golden retriever.
Yeah, I
baby.
like that dog.
Yeah, that's gonna be a not a big dog, but a bigger size dog.
Okay, so this time I'm there and I'm there alone, and I go and I pick up a 6-pack of beer from the local liquor store there in Waynesboro. It's like a 5,000 person town.
Yeah,
So it's like kind of McCall sized almost, right?
they got 6 packs of beer.
Yeah, so I buy a 6-pack of beer and I walk down the town just looking at all the old houses, and I walk past the armory, the like National Guard armory, which is right next to this pond that has alligators.
And you know that because
There's a sign that says no swimming alligators.
fair enough.
And so the armory though has one of those like old World War II planes like up on stilts, you know, right in front of it.
Walking around.
But like, you know how most of the times when you see like big military equipment, it's just like the shell of it and everything's ripped out?
I guess.
This one was not. It was like, looked like it was fully operational still. Like you could have popped the thing open, sat in the seat and fired it up. And then in the tree right in front of the armory was just like one of those giant mortar guns that like you like fucking fold out the big arms for and shit.
Top Gun. Yeah.
And like, and then poof, and it was just operational.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, you could, and I learned that
Wear
like,
this out.
I learned that, all the military bases and shit, they like, or old like parks will do that in the South because in the East and shit, they were like afraid after World War II that if there was another war, they might have to just like hop in some shit and bust some shit down, you know?
I do now.
So I get to the pond
Yeah.
after checking that out, and there's all these little kittens, like, that are abandoned and all fucked up looking in the corner in the bushes, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, someone abandoned some cats. And then I walk over to the bench, and I'm sitting there, and all of a sudden a gator comes up out of the water and just starts staring at me,
I hate when that happens.
like sizing me up, and I was like, oh, what's up, dude?
Yeah.
And it was like just like kind of a little guy. His head was like this wide probably, and he was like maybe like 5 to like 6 feet in length. I like estimated about 5 to 7 years old probably.
What made you think that?
Like a juvenile, because alligators grow 1 foot every year.
How much of this information did you look up while you were in Atlanta?
So
Or
I'm sitting on the bench staring at this alligator,
Augustus.
and I'm looking at it, and I'm in Waynesboro, and I'm looking at this alligator, and I'm like drawing a picture of its little head.
Picture of its little head.
And then I said, gator is about 4 feet, maybe 5 feet from snout to tail tip. Definitely a juvenile, probably about 7 to 10 years old. Then I looked it up, and I was like, oh, I'm pretty much spot on. Hell yeah.
That's how they do it? It's just by length?
It's like when they're born, they're like this big, and they grow to about a foot by the time they're a year, and then they grow a foot every year after that until they're like, males are like 11 to 12 or 11 to 13, and then females are like more like 6 to 8 or whatever.
Did it help because you're dressed like a swimming pool?
Yes. Okay. And then it was just chilling there,
Yeah.
staring at me for like a half hour. I drank 3 beers staring at this gator.
Hold on. It's a beer every 10 minutes.
Yeah, I'm staring at a gator. It made me nervous.
Scoot back and make it 15.
No, I was just like sitting there.
How close?
Really close. Too close. Because then an old guy came up and he said, you seen my gator, buddy? And I said, oh, it swam over there, like the littler one. And he's like, no. There's a big one with the head about this wide.
Familiar gator.
And he's probably like 11 to 13 feet long. And I was like, Jesus Christ. And he's like, yeah, he sizes me up every time I come down here. And I'm like,
why do you go there?
and then I was like, he's like, yeah, that one usually, the little one like usually swims off when the big one comes up. I'm like standing like on the bank. I'm like, wait, so you think he's going to like come up right now or something?
Dude, let's make a musical where the people from Florida or Atlanta like have to fight crocodiles and alligators off. It'll be like the crocs and the meths or whatever, and we'll call it South Side Story. Keep going.
The alligator kept chilling there, and turtles would climb on its back and just like sit on its back.
Unreal. That hardly ever happens to me when I go
It would be
swimming.
like 4 turtles on like the alligator, and then the alligator starts swimming, and the turtles would just kind of like hold on and like catch a ride.
Damn, dude.
Yeah, it was pretty sick.
Like,
I also saw a baby gecko,
that's sick.
and it was like freshly hatched. Like the egg was still kind of like soft in the thing, and it was like
Flaccid.
that long, and it was missing a tail. It had a battle with a cockroach, I think, because cockroaches are kind of massive. But it was in a wood bucket, and I got a video of it, and I'll send it to you so you can put it up.
Yeah, for sure.
Let's see. We stayed in a house that was built in 1895.
It seems like the closest we have to, sorry to go back to alligator.
No, you're good.
I just, crikey or whatever.
Mhm.
I just, I feel like the closest we have to gators are bears. And that's like not even like
No, 'cause
bears.
bears
Like you
don't
just,
even see you as food, really. Like,
all
not
bears
black
do
bears.
is fuck up your trash.
Yeah, black bears are afraid of us. There's only like 3 animals on the earth that see people as like food options, and like one of them is alligators and like crocodiles. The other is polar
Samson.
bears, and then the third one is what is it? What's the third one? Sharks, maybe? No.
Your dad.
Yeah.
He sees people as a meal.
Well, I see
And-
you as a snack.
Good one. Sick. Hell yeah. And thanks.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, very nice. All right. What was next?
I did an open mic in Atlanta, and I did pretty good.
Oh,
But I like went to record the thing with my phone,
son of a bitch. Not off to a good start.
and it fell as I was walking up, and then the host picked it up, turned off the recording or whatever, and like just set it down on the on the bar. But then the cook of the fucking place picked up my phone,
Yo.
opened the camera, started recording my set.
Nuh-uh.
Yep. And he's like, comes up and he's like, yo, I got most of it. I like maybe started like you're 30 seconds in, but it's like most of your set. I was like, thanks a ton, bro.
Wow.
Oh my God. He's
Did
like,
you talk to him at all before that, or he just knew the drill? And
I had
was a
chatted
homie?
with him a little bit about some random shit, but it was like so casual and like just like passing by stuff that I don't really remember what it was. But I'd also been like talking to the bartenders and stuff. And this is the funniest thing. It was so intimidating for me to like approach other comics and like try to like make friends with them. But like the bar staff and the cook, dude, I was just homies with like immediately.
Probably because you're not trying with them.
Yeah. And so the cook, he like films it and then he's like, honestly, man, like that was funny as fuck, but like you just got to like make more eye contact, like look up more. And I was like, that's honestly such good advice. Like that is what I need to do. That's like the main thing I need to work on. Like,
Damn, that's some like performer advice. Like that's not like that's like, yeah, dude, like it's all good. You just seem I got that for a show one time where we were doing a tech rehearsal in the venue we were doing it at, because we rehearsed in this other place, and then we were doing a show at this other place, and they had a whole staff there, and we did our whole like dry run through where we could like stop and whatever. And one of the tech people came up to us and was like, honestly, like it's a really good show. It's just you all seem nervous, and like it comes off, and
Yeah.
like you can tell. And unless it's like your gimmick, it's usually not the move.
that's exactly kind of what he said. He was like, make more eye contact. But then he brought up a different point that I had never thought about with eye contact. He's like, if you're like staring down one or two like people, like specifically, it will like force them to laugh because they'll feel like more pressure to laugh from you and be listening like a lot more intently. And I was like, oh, that's a like way better point of view than just like the generally like look people in the eyes and look up but like I've never thought about it in like it's like a social pressure almost.
It makes sense, like, because it's probably, you're talking to the person who, whether they're doing an open mic or not, like, they're still watching all of them. And so, like, they've had plenty of nights where they weren't performing, but they just got to, like, absorb the and, like, whether they were a fan of them or not, they got to watch like what works and what doesn't. And if they're like also performers and also probably doing stand-up too, yeah, they're probably seeing a lot more than the average open micer.
Yeah, for sure. Shout out Wardell and also
How do you
his
spell that?
little brother Jarrell, who I went to boarding school with.
You went to boarding school?
Yes.
Okay. Sure.
With Jarrell, Wardell's little brother.
Jarrell and Wardell?
Yeah.
Yeah. What's their last names? You don't have to say it, actually, now that I think about it. It's like, we're filming. Did you meet Jardell?
Jarrell
at
of
boarding
course,
school?
I've known him for years. We went to boarding school together.
But did you meet him there?
Wardell, I met at Limerick. Yeah, because he's the one who picked up my phone and recorded it. He's the cook. Wardell is the cook.
Wardell?
Wardell. Wardell.
But Jarrell?
Jarrell. Jarrel.
My bad. You knew him at boarding school.
Yeah, me and Jarrell went to boarding school together.
Is that where you met him?
That's where I met Jarrell.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool.
I've known Wardell, I guess, since then, but just from visits. But I met him again after, like, it's been a while since boarding school.
You had a good chat with him.
Yeah, and he's like, oh, shit, you're Samson. And I'm like, yeah, dude. Me and Jarrell go way back. And he's like, damn, that's crazy.
How do you spell Jarrell again?
J.
No, I think you started with a G last time.
No. It was a J.
All right.
Jarrel. Jarrell.
All right. Fair enough.
And Wardell, his older brother.
Yeah.
The cook at Limerick.
At Limerick?
At Limerick Junction in Atlanta.
All right.
Where there's the Tuesday night lightning open mic.
Shout out to Wardell for being a homie and filming Samson's set for him when the host didn't.
Yep.
Yeah. That's pretty cool.
Host was still cool, though, because he gave me like an extra minute.
Nice.
Yeah. Because I said I was friends with Jacob Jonas.
Oh, hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool. He probably doesn't get anywhere saying he's friends with us.
Probably not.
But
you know what? I'm going to use that one way until it maybe goes two ways.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't know that people knew him. Like, we put that up, and I got like 3 texts from people that were like, "Yo, you had Jacob on your podcast?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And yeah, his Danny DeVito clip is very popular.
Mm-hmm.
And then someone showed me that, and I was like, "Oh, that's him! Hell yeah!"
Yeah, he's funny.
Yeah, he is.
I was very lucky to run into him at the Karuna Kava mic.
Damn, sometimes it's worth going to.
Yep.
Right on.
Mm-hmm.
I did a mic where I might have gotten. Oh wait, you were there. No, yeah, the one the other week where I went for 10 minutes.
Oh
on
yeah,
accident.
that's right.
Yeah. Was that the same?
It was similar. I tried to do it
different,
similar. I missed the third note. I think last time I did D middle F, and then this time was D middle G.
Can you do F G A F? Da, 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 da. Yeah, that was all.
Okay.
How about go C C C C C C A F F F. No, hold on. Wait. C C C A F F F F F F G G G G G G C C C C C C A F F F F F F G G G G. What's that playing on the radio? Why do I start swaying to and fro? I have never heard that song before. No, you're good. So chivalrous. That was a song that I know the chords of.
Nice. Hell yeah. Give me some.
Okay. Dude, one time, I swear it was non-ironic at summer camp.
Okay, sorry.
No, I'm down to keep going with Alanis. Do one more line and I'll tag along.
Fuck, I just heard it this morning. Isn't it ironic?
Don't you think? A little too ironic. And I really do think it's like rain on your wedding day. It's a green light. Well, you're already late. Some good advice that you just didn't take. And who would have thought in Vegas? Life is a funny way. What was I saying? Oh yeah, at summer camp one time, non-ironically,
You were molested.
That was ironic. I did ironically get molested, but that was for the bit. But for sure. This other time, non-ironically, my friend came up to me and he held his hand out like this, and he went, "Give me some skin." And I had never heard that expression before. And I started trying to pick, like, hang it, like
you little psycho.
I know. I was trying to get like just whatever little bit of like skin flake I could off.
Serial killer, you.
He asked.
No, that's.
What do you mean?
You're fucked up.
I think I would have been fucked up if I went and like killed another kid and I was like, "Here's some."
That would have been.
But I just started picking
it. Full Van Gogh, like cut your ear off and
yeah,
it too.
Yeah. But I was looking for like, a little cut I already had with
but that's the same like thought process.
I understand.
Of, like
but it's nowhere near that extreme.
Yeah, just because you had a little bit of impulse control.
I think that little bit of impulse went a long way.
Yeah, I think it has in the future, but I think those are the first signs.
I haven't cut any part of my body off except for all of my hair.
You're the one who's also thinking about eating yourself.
Yeah, thinking about it.
Yeah, okay. See, these things are connected.
And
why don't you talk about it?
You said it too. You think I'm a snack.
Yes, it's true. Max is a snack.
Yeah, write that down. The first thing you wrote down looks like it started with a D, so you didn't. I don't think you wrote down what I. So I tried picking off skin off of my hand, and my friend said, "No, it means high five." Yeah, there's some big circles. There's no way you wrote that whole page.
No, I'm doing a Venn diagram.
Yeah, do a 3-circle Venn diagram.
It's only 2 circles.
All right, my bad.
Fine, I'll do 3.
Yeah, okay.
So I got kind of bored of the diagram.
And
I turned it into a 3-titted lady.
No, actually, I was gonna be upset. But this is
pretty
way
nice figure, right?
This is way better than anything you could have written. Consider that.
It did not change everything.
Look at you. Did you take a course?
No, when I was a little kid, I used to draw my own porn to jerk off to.
No shit. Do you still have any? Does that consider underage if a child drew it?
But no, it's adult ladies. They got huge titties.
Right.
It's like Kenny.
Yeah, for sure. Do you still have it?
No.
All right.
No.
What did you do with it after you
eat them?
Did you come onto them and then eat them?
No.
Where did you come?
Into the toilet. I don't know.
Okay.
Napkin.
I'm just
bar napkin.
Trying to paint a picture here.
Your hoodie.
Without my hoodie, yeah, for sure. So you knew me while at the same time period while you were drawing your own porn. Keep in mind,
big time.
big time.
Like middle school.
I didn't know you big time in middle school.
Little time.
Don't change it.
We've been friends since middle school.
I've known you.
You were in
since
8th grade
I was in 8th grade at a time.
at
Yeah.
PLMS,
Yeah.
and you went to Little Ski Hill.
I was in online school in 8th grade.
Oh.
Actually, now that I think about it,
Maybe I'm thinking of different time.
could be.
So maybe I wasn't, because I was doing this more 5th, 6th grade.
I definitely did not know you were in
Okay.
there. I wasn't even there.
Drawn 3 big tittied ladies.
No,
Not as in 3 ladies, as in 3 big titties on 1 lady.
I should also add
Plural.
that. So I gave you that information, and you drew the circles and stuff, and it seemed you wrote Max, and that seems like the one word that you wrote down before you said I got bored and drew a 3. Like these 3 circles came first. First of all, you weren't gonna write anything in those 2 things unless it was a number, and then you said you got bored, and then literally in less than 5 seconds busted this whole ensemble out.
Yeah, I'm like Picasso.
If you asso, yeah,
Yeah.
definitely for sure.
That's all he did.
No,
Have
I'm
you
not
ever
saying-
seen Picasso's
I'm not saying you're
works?
not talented.
There's a ton of titties in
No.
Picasso's.
I'm not saying you're not talented. I'm just saying, like, I'm just kind of bummed that it took you so little time to be disinterested to the point where you just flawlessly drew a very curved, muscular, 3-titted, I assume,
Well,
woman.
you have to have broad shoulders to support 3 titties.
Well, and you knew that going in.
It's simple physics.
Right.
Anatomy.
Of course, my bad again.
You have not seen enough Star Trek, obviously.
Nope. But I did get diagnosed with ADD in high school. And so I'm trying to relate with that side of this whole.
I don't think that was a correct diagnosis then.
What do you think the right diagnosis was?
I don't know. Maybe like just fucking introverted guy syndrome.
First of all, I think it very much was the right call. I've just been working on it for a while.
Oh, no, good for you.
Thanks. Anyway, but I understand the losing train of thought and doing something. and
There's a barbell piercing through the middle one.
yeah, no, yeah,
It's like the septum of 3-titted piercings.
it so is. Yeah, I understand somebody talks for maybe 2 seconds, and then you all of a sudden want to put a fucking nipple piercing through an already existing 3-titted, I again assume a woman.
This
but
is the
maybe
funny
not.
thing is I'm currently medicated for my ADD right now. This is what the medication.
It just makes you act like the stereotype.
Yeah, it does.
It doesn't make you more distracted. Why do you just not take it then? So
No,
when you're not
that's
taking it, are you focused?
Like, no, I can't like focus on like much for like long periods of time.
Which is what you told the doctor.
That's what's true too.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Yeah, exactly. the other podcast we did,
Listen,
I think intended to film for 45 minutes, and we did 2 hours. So like you can focus.
I know, and I went into that fucking. This is the funny thing. I went into that prescription thing with the psychiatrist because I couldn't sleep very well at night, and I wanted to get like a sleeping aid.
Adderall.
And he let me talk to him for 15 minutes. He goes, "You have undiagnosed ADHD. I'm going to prescribe you with 20 milligrams of Adderall. That should get rid of like your energy and anxiety throughout the day, and then you'll be able to sleep." And it is not the case at all. I'm like, "How do you know after 15 minutes?" He didn't give me any tests or anything.
Did you tell him that it's not working?
No, because it kind of works.
What does that mean?
I'm like on a normal sleep schedule now.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just don't take it every day. I just take it like some days when I have a lot of work to do on my computer.
I see. Did the doctor tell you to do that, or is it more
Yeah.
of a daily or just take it when you feel like it?
Yeah, he
Like-
said take it like when you feel like you need it.
Like, look, if you're gonna drink a lot tonight, take fucking 2.
Yeah, exactly. He said that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just quoted him.
Yeah, if you got a busy day, take one. And then if you're gonna like party and you want to like, you know, hold your liquor pretty well, maybe honestly, what you can do, you can crush them up and you can,
Well, and then he's like, honestly, dude, if you're ever short on cash too, you can just sell these.
yeah.
Yeah.
You're like, Doc, I'm low on rent, Doc. I got you.
And you just
Kids eat this. Yeah, here's some oxys too.
yeah,
And mix them in with
pretty
them.
much it.
Have fun.
He's a homie.
That's pretty cool. I didn't know your dad was in Doc.
All right, good one. I had a haunting experience at that house.
A haunting experience? Because you're in Georgia?
Yeah.
A haunting experience?
Haunting.
Oh,
What?
nothing. Keep going.
In the house, I was there alone the first night, and I had my sunglasses sitting on like a side table next to me. I was on my laptop, and I'm working, and all of a sudden it sounded like my sunglasses got thrown against the table, and I look over, and the lenses popped out, and the frames are snapped. And I just kind of looked around, and I was like, these are brand new fucking sunglasses, and sunglasses don't just like combust like that. And then I left, and that's when I went and saw the gator.
So just poltergeist over, no more paranormal activity after that?
There was one time where I was in the shower on the last night, and all the lights in the bathroom turned off.
So no.
And the water wouldn't get hot.
Yeah, for sure, dude. Obviously, you know, you like closed the curse off, like you provided the entity that broke your sunglasses closure, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, good. I'm just making sure. I want to make sure you didn't like bring that here.
No, I don't think so.
All right, good. I think I should still perform like a seance, like just in case.
Yeah. Like a seance?
Yeah.
You're like you're a medium?
Well, you know, I'm a ordained minister.
Well, I'm a large, so I'm better.
And, you know, that's great. All right. But
Better than a medium. I'm a large.
that's fun. I get it. That's silly. Yeah.
I can talk to bigger ghosts.
Yeah. Okay. And I can unite the two of them in holy matrimony.
Which
to
is why
partner
I
against-
spoke with the man who stayed in that house.
Oh, who was that?
President Taft.
You spoke with him?
Yeah, because he's a big ghost.
Yeah. How's
Fat
he
guy.
doing?
He was chilling. He was just like, yeah, I'm just going around to places I stayed, watching them. I was like, that's cool, man. Could you make it so that you keep my phone from turning off in this room? And he's like, nope. And I was like, okay, thanks. Anyways, and he was like, you're welcome.
Dude, yeah.
But he was in a bathtub the whole time.
That's classic Taft.
Mm-hmm.
Right there. Yeah. Bed, Taft, and beyond.
That's right.
He's. You know, that's one thing they all said about him. He's always wet. Always just got out of the bath.
Super wet guy.
Super wet.
Just
guy.
soaked to the bone.
Yeah.
Weighed about 250, soaking wet.
Yeah.
And that was fat for back then.
True. If he was dry, I probably would have taken 20, 30 pounds off. But
Maybe.
he's
Did
always
you
wet.
know that alligator gender is determined by the nest's temperature?
No shit.
Yeah, so if it's like 31 degrees Celsius or below, it's like mostly females. But
Can
if
you
it's,
say it in American, please?
if it's like
I know 0 is like free.
86.5 degrees Fahrenheit
That's
or
better.
below, it's like mostly females. Or if it's like, or it might be like 90, shit. I think it's 80s.
Pretty
Or if
fucking
it's 80, okay, but if it's 32 degrees Celsius or like 87 degrees, it'll be 75% males. But then if it's 32.5 degrees Celsius or more, it'll be mostly females. Again.
Damn.
So males can only be born at like 1 fucking degree point exactly. So like a mom has to be like on her shit to like have some boys.
Damn. Son.
Which is crazy because like, you know, it makes sense like cuz like males like have to like they live like they rule like a certain territory. There's always an alpha male and it like has like all the ladies, you know, and so like it would make sense that like you know,
Some
so
cold
like
eggs.
maybe some gator mom like had her baby eaten by the local male. So she and then she's impregnated by that same male, and then she has to sit on that nest, and she's like raising a baby, and she has to, make sure that she like is on the nest just the right amount of time, so she has some little warriors that can like challenge the big old dude and like take over, and then she can be like the Cleopatra of the Everglades.
How like long does the egg have to be at that temperature? Because is like the whole.
That has to be like the average over the whole time temperature, basically, for the like male chromosome to like develop.
Just hearing that makes me think of that scene in The Office where Dwight and Angela are trying to have a baby, and he's like, they're coming to like they make a contract for it, and he's like, it's gonna be a boy or whatever, and Angela's like, you can't guarantee that, and he's like, oh yeah, you can. It's just a simple matter of like keeping the womb extremely like warm for the first 4 months and then extremely cold for the next 5. And he's like, Dwight, shut up or something. But no, that's interesting.
And 80% of young gators get smoked right out of the pod, and the group of baby gators is called pods.
No shit.
Yeah, which I thought was dope. A group of baby gators is called pods.
This is a baby gator cast right here. Pretty good baby gator cast.
I'm sorry.
Watch your hand, baby. You're gonna tear a knuckle.
It was the pen that hit it.
Well, better safe than.
So this little scene that I drew, that's the gator head, and then this is a house and a tree on the bank on the other side of the pond.
Stellar.
This is all like pond water right here.
Okay. How come the pond just dips?
Huh? I guess the bank is more like here.
Oh, okay, word.
But it's like the pond
Perhaps
doesn't
a
dip;
wave
it's a
is
perspective.
What?
So like the gator's closer, and like you're looking like, and it's kind of like.
Yeah.
Looking across the pond, right? And so like.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's pretty fucking crisp. Definitely.
Pretty sick. I mean, it's pretty cool. Pretty cool.
It is, absolutely. Yeah, dude.
I think we should get a gecko.
My dad used to have a gecko. He told me a story about how he used to have. It was a tokay gecko. Nice. And it was kind of a dick.
Really?
Yeah.
We should get a Mediterranean one.
All right, I'd be down. No, they're pretty cool. So he would like, he had like a glove that he would wear whenever he'd hold it, and he'd put his finger in the cage and just bite his finger, and he would just hold it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's my gecko.
We should keep him in here.
Okay. Yeah, I'm down.
And we can have him on the podcast every episode. And
We should Google
mascot.
the least.
He'll be the pretty good gecko.
We should Google the least.
Do you think Geico has a gecko mascot, like, copyrighted? Do you think we'll get in trouble if we have, like, an actual gecko?
Are we going to make the gecko our mascot?
No, he'll just be with us. He'll be a guest. He'll be our permanent guest.
He'll be
a co-host.
I don't think Geico...
We'll call him a co-host.
I don't think Geico holds, like, the standard for just gecko footage.
Do you think they'll sponsor us if we
maybe
have a gecko, though?
Maybe.
It definitely makes our case stronger.
It would help. And I feel like we have a better chance of getting sponsored by Geico if we have a gecko versus if we didn't.
That's very true.
I feel like in this one scenario, having a gecko could make the difference.
That's fair.
Unless someone's like, I'll shoot you unless you have a gecko. And you're like, well, guess what? Dumb fuck.
Well, you want to go to the pet store soon and get a gecko?
Yeah.
Sure. Well, but maybe when I come back from Washington, because I got to go to Washington again until like October on Thursday.
Okay. Yeah, we'll get a gecko. We should look up the least smelly gecko.
Yeah, and we should we could just keep them in the windowsill. Well, that might be a little cold.
In the summer, that'd be sick, and just have it roam in there.
I had a buddy. That would be pretty cool.
I had a buddy that used to do that. He had frogs and lizards, like legit ones, and he like sealed up his basement window well, and kind of put like sticks and stuff in there. That's and made cool. It all nice for him. In the winter, he would take them in, but in the summer, they would just crawl up around, and you'd see them on the window sometimes. And
that's really.
It was a whole thing.
That sounds dope.
Yeah, it was fucking unreal if I'm being honest.
flying on Spirit,
Whoa.
and the water was $4.49 for a 12-ounce bottle.
Did they not like just serve you a cup of water?
No, on Spirit they don't do that.
Really?
Yeah.
You have to buy the thing? How far was the flight? What,
It was a 4-hour flight from Atlanta
Ew.
to Vegas, and I was like, fuck, I need water. And so I like bought it, and then on the next day when I flew from Vegas to here, the guy next to me was Australian, and he's like, can I get a bottle of water? And she's like, that'll be $4.49. He's like, for water? And I was like, and I laughed, and I was like, yeah. And I'm like, isn't that fucked? And he's like, it's absolutely fucked.
This can't.
You're charging for water? And I'm like, I'm kind of losing it now. And he's like, well, fuck it, give me ice. And she's like, gives him a cup of ice. And I was like, this man's a genius. Can I get an ice cup too, please? And then I was like, cheers, mate. And he's like, cheers, mate.
Yo, write that down. That's brilliant. Cup of ice. If anyone has the balls to charge you for a cup of ice, you got another thing.
Yeah, it was a nice little hack, little ice hack.
I wasn't telling you. I was saying general public.
Oh.
Write that down. That's a public service
I
announcement.
wrote down just cup of ice. That's all I wrote.
You didn't put plane after, or like
Just put cup of ice.
so in like
Cup of ice.
in a week,
Can I get a cup of ice?
in a week you would see that, and
And
be
I'm not
like,
gonna have any idea what it is. It's happened so many times.
yeah.
I'm not gonna fix it.
All right. Damn. Okay. Nice. Anything else?
I said juvenile alligators grow about a foot a year, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that one was what, 6 or 7, you said?
Yeah, it was probably 6, maybe 5 actually.
Oh.
My initial estimate was 5 to 7 that I wrote down in my book, but you know, it was max 6 feet long. I mean, you saw the picture.
I did. Yeah.
It showed it. You could see it tip to tail.
T to T.
And its tail was huge, though. Like, you could tell that thing was growing, and it was going to grow a lot, like, that year.
Mhm.
But I also found out that they burrow in the winter. They burrow down into, like, mud holes and make nests, like, really deep underground. Like, their nest can be, like, 65 fucking feet deep. Or not
Oh.
deep, but just, like, like...
Damn. How do they have to
They
turn
just,
around?
and they're like...
They're just fucking big worms.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, that's probably how they came up with Dune.
Does that? Yeah, it was a little bit. Do you think there's like someday some kid's gonna be walking on their yard and an alligator's
And they come out like fast. 'cause
Happy
it's mud and,
spring!
like there's pressure. Like alligator missiles, dude.
Yeah, that's insane. I didn't know that. I didn't know they dug too. That means it has to be with their just noses, right? Because their arms are tiny. There's no way they're digging 60-foot burrows with their little arms.
Yeah, no, because they use their tails.
Yeah.
They put their arms behind them. That's why their arms are so small, so they can just like tuck them.
Mm.
You know how to tuck.
Don't be all right. Yeah.
And then they use their tails to just. Woof, woof.
I actually
that.
don't know how to tuck.
Okay.
I've never done drag, but I would love to. This is a cry for help. Yeah, but gorge.
Thank you again to our pretty good sponsor, the environment.
Shout out the environment. Hey, it's around. It's all over the place.
Do better for your environment today by listening to the Pretty Good Podcast.
Yeah, it's on every corner, on every sidewalk, on every street, on every right there. There's some environment over there. there's no shortage of environment. So go get yourself some using promo code
PGE.
Yeah. No association with golf. That's PGA. Oh yeah, we're good. Yep. Yeah. So
pretty good environments.
yeah. Let's keep this environment pretty good.